Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Keisha McCarty. I am the Communications Director for the Office of Clean and Green Initiatives. I'd like to thank you for joining us as we host this would be our fourth virtual community presentation on the next initiative under Mayor Parker's One Philly, a United City Clean Initiative. We present to you twice per week collections program. Just a few housekeeping tips. Please place your questions in the chat room. We will answer them at the end of the presentation tonight. If you are a media representative, please email me directly and I will place my email address in the chat as well. But if you are a media representative, please email me and I will contact you later. At this point, I will introduce to you Director of Office of Clean and Green Initiatives, Carlton Williams. Director.
Good evening, and thank you, Keisha, for the introduction, and welcome to all of the residents that have joined us this evening to talk about our new exciting initiative designed to address the issues of litter and illegal dumping in our city. We are pleased to announce that we're offering twice a week collections, phase 1 in a pilot area in our South Philadelphia Center City locations. This is a part of initiatives to help Mayor Parker implement her vision for making the city of Philadelphia the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation. Today's presentation will be a review of our existing sanitation operations. We will also discuss the challenges that we face with litter and illegal dumping, and we will look at 311 complaints, population density in some of our most litter challenged communities. We'll also look at the number of residential mixed use properties from duplexes all the way up to triplexes and 6 units or less. We would also take a look at the litter index that will explain some of the conditions and show where some of the conditions are in neighborhoods and communities that are litter challenged. Finally, we'll go over the twice a week operations plan. You'll look at your new collection days, depending on the area and where you live at in the boundary. And we will also talk about the regulations that come along with this new collection process. There is an impact that our upcoming holidays will have on second collections, twice a week collections, and we'll lay out the communications timeline as to when information will be given regarding this program, which includes this presentation tonight. Finally, we will show you the brochure that will be mailed out to all residents that will highlight all of the information that you hear from this evening, in case many of them who didn't get a chance to hear or learn about the new twice a week collections program, they will have that information delivered right to their homes. So let's begin, and we'll start off with our current Philadelphia trash collection current operations. The sanitation department offers currently once a week, weekly curbside collection to residential households between 1 and 6 units. This means that you're in a single family home up to 6 apartment units or dwelling units, you can receive the city collection program. Sanitation collections, we collect up to 8 bags or 4 32-gallon containers that is set out curbside each week, and we collect up to 2 bulk items as well. This does not include white metals or TVs. This includes furniture, desks, chairs, or anything that is too large for someone to place in a bag. It can be set out for bulk collections. The sanitation collection operations is comprised of 6 areas in 13 districts throughout the city of Philadelphia. The districts are located in 6 geographic areas near the area yards and transfer stations to make easy access to permanently dispose of our trash. Area 1 is located in West and Southwest Philadelphia. Area 2, Center City and South Philadelphia. Area 3, North Central Philadelphia. Area 4, Germantown and Manioc. Area 5, Logan and Frankfort sections of the city, and Area 6 represents the northeast section of the city. Each year, the sanitation department collects municipal waste from over 550,000 residential households each year. And they collect over 600,000 tons of municipal solid waste in our collection program. One of the challenges that we face throughout the city of Philadelphia that's largely related to the way we set out our trash and the way it's collected is illegal dumping. The city of Philadelphia has experienced a significant increase in illegal dumping over the years. Illegal dumping is defined as waste material that is intentionally placed in locations not permitted for storage or collection. The sanitation department spends nearly $1.5 million each year cleaning up illegally dumped material, the ones that you see in this photo. Illegal dumping, the impact that it has on our community, of course, it affects neighborhood appearance, it affects public health and safety, attracting rats and vermin and other safety issues. It decreases property value, and there's a strong correlation between the cleanliness of a neighborhood and increases in crime. It is one of the top 311 complaints in the city of Philadelphia, followed by abandoned autos. Illegal dumping is the second highest complaint that we've received from our residents. And on average, we receive up to 2,000 complaints each month about illegally dumped locations. There are several sources of illegal dumping. Some comes from private contractors, as you see in the lower left-hand photo. Others come from commercial establishments, which is above the photo where you have overflowing dumpsters and residents who use commercial dumpsters to dump trash and debris around. Then, of course, we have tires that come from tire shops. Last year, we collected over 200,000 tires that was illegally dumped on the city streets. And that is issues that we're all addressing through other enforcement measures. But today we're talking about residential illegal dumping. This is household trash that is set out anywhere along the right-of-way, along commercial corridors, around Big Bellies, any location that we can see. And sometimes these conditions impact our community neighborhood. Here's an example of illegal residential dumping at a lot. This is not in front of anyone's home. It is in front of a vacant, open, well-maintained space that is now dumped on with residential dumping. That's residents who take their trash out and place it at this location and not in front of their homes and set out for regular collection. There are other conditions that it causes. You can find it on street corners around Big Bellies, solar power trash cans. You can also find it in our parks and recreation centers. And as I mentioned earlier, you can find residential illegal dumping in lots. All of this debris that you see in these photos can be collected in our curbside collection program. Unfortunately, it's being dumped in these locations around the city of Philadelphia. So some of the causes of residential illegal dumping, it's commonly found in densely populated communities. And if you can look at the two photos that you see here, especially the one at the bottom, you'll notice there are 4 electric meters. That represents there are 4 units at that property. And look at the amount of trash that is actually thrown all throughout the corners of that property on that corner. You can see the bags overflow and begin to open, and ultimately that blows into other areas of the city and causes litter conditions. This is just one property. Can you imagine if there's a full neighborhood full of these locations when you have this type of activity? It's also commonly found in high communities that are zoned residential multifamily use and that have limited storage capacity for weekly trash and recycling collection. And it's more likely to dump illegally in locations away from their home. And so this is the images that you see around our city that comes from residential trash dumping. Let's talk about population density and where this is commonly occurs. The map that you see to the right on the screen represents population density. The darker the location, the more residents we have in a geographic area. So in areas like South Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, Frankfort, Logan, and Germantown, you have the more people living closer together in smaller areas. And so these are some of the challenges that we found when you see photos like you saw before. In addition to population density, you have multifamily housing and single-family homes in densely populated communities where they don't have setbacks. And so the orange area represents multifamily zoning units. The darker yellow represents single-family homes that don't have setbacks. And then the lighter yellows represent areas where they have single family homes that are spaced out, have driveways, and have storage capacity to hold trash effectively until the weekly program is implemented. If you overlay these maps or overlay this map with the maps that I just showed you, you will see where the most common litter condition problems exist. And this is a litter index map that shows 1 being green, 4 being red, and 2 being light yellow, 3 being orange. You can see where we have the highest concentrations of litter and illegal dumping throughout the city of Philadelphia. It's in many of the areas that we identified in those previous maps. So what's the solution? The idea is to implement preventive strategies to try to control this type of behavior. Twice a week collections was a strategy selected because it greatly reduces the amount of residential waste that people have to hold for storage until their trash day, meaning that by the time they generate bags of trash, another collection program is there to pick it up. So there's really no excuse to take it to another location other than in front of your home on your regularly scheduled day. Now, I was asked a question earlier today, well, have we looked at other collection practices like using toters or what they call those larger trash cans that have lids on them? Well, in densely populated communities, that is a major challenge for us because we don't have off-street parking as commonly found in suburban communities, rural communities, and really southern communities down south. They have a lot of off-street parking to be able to implement a semi-automatic or a fully automatic collection program that uses toters that are 90 gallons that you can use a mechanical arm. Think about the areas down in South Philadelphia, North Philadelphia, West Philadelphia. You don't have the space or capacity to place that we could safely put a semi-automatic or a fully automatic program in place. So those are the reasons why we needed to come up with a collection process that works for our city and the infrastructure that we currently have. So twice a week collections will occur between the boundaries of Vine Street all the way down to Patterson Avenue from river to river. Depending on when your collection day occurs in these areas, the left is a map of the collection programs for your first day with an added second collection day. So for example, if your collection day is Monday, you receive a Thursday collection day. The reason why they're spaced out over 3 days is because it allows the resident to accumulate enough trash that warrants a second collection day. So if you live in the area between I-76 to the 21st Street, South 21st Street from Vine to Vere Avenue, then your next collection day will be Monday. First collection day will be Monday, and your next collection day will be Thursday. If you live on I-76 from 20th Street, from Vine to the Schuylkill Expressway, again, it will be from Monday, and your second collection will be on a Thursday. And let me use the pointer and clicker really quick so that I can start pointing these areas out. If your trash collection day is on a Tuesday and you live between Vine and Oregon from 21st to 16th Street, you live in the area of Packer Park, which is considered Packer Avenue to Patterson Avenue from the Schuylkill Expressway all the way over to 10th and 11th Street, depending on where that boundary breaks right there. You are on a Tuesday collection schedule currently. You will receive your second collection on a Friday. If you are on a Wednesday collection area, which runs from Vine to Oregon, over from South 16th to South 11th Street. I'm sorry. I'm still on Tuesday. Over from South 16th to South 11th Street, or from South 20th Street to South 11th Street, you have a Wednesday collection. We have added a Saturday collection for you. So again, let me repeat that so I didn't confuse people with my clicker right here. If you're on a Wednesday, currently on a Wednesday collection schedule, and you run from Vine to Oregon, from South 16th to South 11th Street, you're on a Wednesday, you will receive your second collection on a Saturday. And part of that route also includes Oregon Avenue to Packer from South 20th to South 11th or South 10th in this lightly shaded green area. Your collection day will be Wednesday and Saturday. If you are on a Thursday collection day, which runs from Vine all the way down to Oregon Avenue from South 11th to South 6th. And then it changes a little bit from South 11th to South Fairhill, all the way down from South 10th to South Fairhill. If you're on a Thursday collection, you will receive a Monday second collection. And finally, if you're on a Friday and you're in the areas between Vine and Oregon from South 6th to South Columbus Boulevard, or Oregon to Patterson from South Fairhill to South Columbus Boulevard, you will also receive from a Friday collection to a Tuesday collection. So these are your collection days. Those are your collection boundaries, and it will be spelled out again in the brochure that we present to you that will be mailed out to all residents. This program actually occurs again between the areas of the whole boundaries of the program represents Center City and South Philadelphia. Those are the areas in phase 1 pilot program that you will receive the twice a week collections. Again, on that program, you will still be allowed to put out 8 bags and 32-gallon max containers on either of the collection days. You'll be also allowed to continue to set out 2 pieces of compactable furniture or bulk furniture in those areas. This includes sofas, wrap mattresses, box springs. One of the things that we want to highlight that's extremely important, that there will be no recycling offered on your second collection day. This means resident should refrain from placing recyclable material or mixing it in with the trash and recycling on the second collection day. We will be enforcing the rules and regulations when it comes down to mixed collections. So please hold your recycling for your original collection day or your first collection day. Also, holidays impact the second collection program. We will not be offering second collection on holiday weeks. So Christmas, New Year's, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, President's Day, Good Friday, Memorial Day, Juneteenth, Independence Day, Labor Day, Indigenous Peoples Day, Veterans Day, Thanksgiving now Friday, and Christmas Day. There will be no second collections. You should put your trash out on your original first collection day. After there will also still be the limits of when you can place your trash out collection. It should always be in the summertime, 7 p.m. the night before your scheduled day, or 5 p.m. during the winter months. This is an overview of the timeline for implementation for twice a week collections and our communications plan. We are on Wednesday, November 19th. November 20th. We are here at 5 p.m. giving this presentation on the twice a week collections program. We'll have another one tomorrow, so please spread the word in case your neighbors missed it tomorrow. Again, we're having the program at 6 p.m. There will also be in-person meetings. So tonight we will be at Barry Recreation Center at 1800 Johnson Street at 6:30 p.m. giving the same presentation so residents can come in, meet with us so that we can review the program just as we just did on this Zoom presentation. The next meeting is tomorrow, Thursday, at Shaw Tower at 101 between 101 31 Carpenter Street, and then Friday at Murphy Rec Center at 300 West Shunk Street. A press release will be going out also reminding people about the program's commencement date. A brochure outlining all of the information that we just discussed will also be sent to every resident in the boundaries of the collection area. The program officially starts December 2nd, 2024. So if you have a collection day, whether it's your first or second collection day, starting on December 1st, we will be collecting and servicing those areas. We do plan to expand this program upon its success to other areas in the city in the fall of 2025. And this is a copy of the brochure that all residents will receive. You can actually pick one up if you meet us at one of the meetings that I just highlighted tonight, and you can download it electronically so that you can share with your neighbors or your constituents if you're a community-based organization, or if you wanted to send it out to other residents in the community. If you're a block captain, you can download this flyer and brochure at our website at www.phila.gov. /sanitation. It will take you to the twice a week collection program, and ultimately you can download this flyer. This flyer features all of the information that I stated, the announcement of the program, why it's a part of Mayor Parker's Clean and Green Initiative, the reminders and the rules and regulations, and also no twice a week trash collection on the following holidays. If you turn to the inside of the brochure, it will have the map and the boundaries so people can easily identify where they live and what collection days that they have. It has also a chart that shows when your collection days will occur versus when your second collection day will happen. In addition, it will have information about the program details, the solutions, and all of the information I discussed here, the rules and regulations, and why we're doing this program to try to control litter and illegal dumping. This concludes our formal presentation, but I would like to turn it back over to Keisha McCarthy-Skelton to make sure that she presents any questions that any of you may have from this presentation. And if you need me to go back to any slides, please let us know in the chat. We'll do so as well to go over any information. Keisha?
Yes, Director, our first question is, when will the plan be extended to other neighborhoods south of Vine Street?
Actually, south of Vine Street, outside of the boundaries that we have, let me make sure that I'm answering the question correctly. If you live in the area from Vine to Patterson, from river to river, which pretty much is Center City and South Philadelphia, the program starts December 2nd. If you live outside in other parts of the city, like North Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, we plan to roll that out in the fall of next year. And the reason why is because we need the additional equipment. We've already ordered it. Unfortunately, it does take a long time to order compactors. It takes us anywhere from 18 months to 2 years. We had enough resources available to start one geographic area in South Philadelphia. It's not as large as North Philadelphia or West Philadelphia or other areas, which is why we started in this part of the community. I hope I answered your question.
Yes, because she then said, sorry, north of Vine. That's what she meant.
Yeah.
So her next question is, will the bulk item collection program be changed, or is this expanded anyway, or is it separate from the twice a week collections program?
Good question. This is in addition to our bulk collection program. So in addition to being able to put it out twice a week, 2 items each day, you still can contact, especially if you don't have items that we collect curbside, like white metals or televisions, electronic equipment, or the large screen TVs, you can still access our newly announced bulk collection program that we announced 2 months ago regarding scheduling an appointment. We'll come pick it up at your residence. So that's a great question. This is in addition. This does not replace or supersede the existing bulk collection program we announced. This is in addition to what we already have. Great question.
And Director, Commissioner Shipman is on the line with you. Just so our next question is, will we have trash receptacles placed throughout the city so residents and tourists can dispose of trash when they walk around, and especially when they walk their dogs?
Another good question. We are expanding the Big Belly solar powered trash can program. Mayor Parker's One Philly United City budget does include the expansion of solar powered trash cans along commercial corridors and major areas outside of Center City. She's nearly doubled the capacity, going from 1,500 to almost 2,500 new Big Belly containers that will be strategically placed along commercial corridors and near high pedestrian areas where people will have access to litter baskets. That is another important initiative that has taken place in addition to what we're announcing today. In regards to dog waste, we can certainly work with the community and residents on neighborhoods. These compactors do come with cigarette litter holders, but we haven't had any for dog waste yet. They still use the regular container for dog waste. If that is a big issue, especially around dog parks or parks and areas, we certainly could work with the residents to try to come up with solutions to address that.
The next question is, what sanitation unit can I contact when folks put their trash out early? Can you provide contact information?
Absolutely. You can call 311. And what 311 does is it directs the complaint to our sweep enforcement officer units. SWEEP stands for Sanitation, Walkways, Education, and Enforcement Program. There, they will go out, do an inspection, issue a violation, and address the issue where the property is in violation. So you can make sure that you call 311 and let us know if they're putting their trash out early or leaving a trash can out all week, or if they have litter conditions in the neighborhood, mixing and recycling. The sweep officers will be on call to be able to address those issues.
We had one compliment, Director. Someone says this is excellent program, and thank you very much.
Thank you. And we're looking forward. We're excited. We think this is going to be a huge difference with people who dump around other trash cans in parks and recreation centers. We're hoping that it has an immediate impact on our communities and neighborhoods, and we're looking forward to expanding it beyond the boundaries of South Philadelphia.
Director, we have one question asking, can we repeat the sanitation regulations? They're asking, is it 8 bags, 32 gallons, or?
Sure, I will be more than happy to go back over there. The regulations, give me 1 second. So, residents who live in the current boundary where we talked about will be allowed to put out 8 bags or 4 32-gallon max containers per household per collection day. So you could do it if your trash day is on a Monday, you can do this on a Monday, and you could do this on a Thursday. You're also allowed to put out 2 pieces of compactable bulk waste, which includes furniture, sofas, wrap mattresses, etc. You can also utilize that twice a week as well. So you can put up to 2 items on that. So if you have a 4-piece furniture set and you want to put out 2 pieces on a Monday and then 2 pieces on a Thursday, you certainly can do that. You can also schedule those electronic waste and all of those white metals that we don't collect in our curbside program through our bulk collection schedule. We also want to remind people again that we will not be offering a second recycling day, second collection on that second collection day. And the reason being is that, as I showed you, we collect 600,000 tons of waste and material around the city. That is the items that we're finding commonly in our locations. We don't have as much recycling to collect, so it wouldn't make sense to add a second crew for us to collect that recyclable material. Ultimately, if we get to a point where we're recycling, and we hope we are one day, and we need to, then we'll add that service. But right now, we only provide once a week recycling. We don't want recycling to be mixed because that takes away from us processing materials that could help save the environment. So again, no recycling on those days. We will be educating and enforcing that law as well.
The next question, Director, someone asked, could we go over the twice a week schedule again?
Absolutely. So here's the long version of the schedule, depending on where you live at. So again, if you're in this boundary location Monday, which is from the Schuylkill Expressway to about South 20th Street, or if you're in that smaller little area down here, this is 21st Street, this is 20th Street. If you're in these boundaries from the Schuylkill Expressway, from 21st Street or 20th Street, from the Vine Street Expressway all the way down to Patterson Avenue, that represents our current Monday collection area. You will be then given the opportunity for a second collection on a Thursday. So that's this area. If you're in on a Tuesday collection area, which represents here from Vine Street all the way down to Oregon Avenue, or from South 21st Street over to South 6th Street, or you live in Packer Park area, which is from the Schuylkill Expressway all the way over to South 10th or 11th Street, which is Tuesday, you will be receiving a Friday collection. If you're on a Wednesday collection, which is partly in the center of the city in South Philly right here around Broad Street area, from the areas between South 16th Street to South 11th Street, all the way down from Vine Street down to Oregon, or from South 20th over to South 11th Street or 10th Street, depending on where you live on these blocks down here, you will get a Saturday collection, which is very new, and we've added that program. Since we didn't have a day close enough during the regular week between Monday and Friday, and think about when you generate trash, you don't accumulate enough trash to have a second collection day that's maybe 1 or 2 days away. So we had to add a Saturday collection so that the program will be efficient. If you live on a Thursday area, you will be receiving your collection day again on a Monday. That's when your second collection will occur, and it's ran from Vine all the way down from Oregon, from 11th to South 6th, or depending if you live in this smaller area, from South over this area, South 20th to South 10th or South 11th. I'm sorry, you will receive Thursday's collection. That's from South 11th to South 6th Street. Again, apologies. The map and the little marker is really small right here, so I got to make sure that I'm reporting the right areas. This is Thursday. You'll receive it from South 11th to South 6th Street, or if you live down in these smaller pockets areas, that goes down to South 11th to South Fairhill. That's basically you'll receive a Monday collection for your second collection. And of course, Friday, if you're all the way down in this area of the city here, from approximately 6th Street to South Columbus Boulevard, or South Fairhill from Vine all the way down to Patterson, you will receive a Friday, Tuesday. Your second collection will be on a Tuesday.
And Director, we have a few questions from residents who live in apartment buildings. They're asking how many bags can they put out, say if it's a 5-unit or maybe even a triplex? Is it per unit they can put out?
Great question. It is per unit. So each unit is allowed up to 8 bags and 4 32-gallon containers.
Great. And someone asks, is there a size limit on bulk trash collections?
As long as it can fit inside one of our compactors. So the furniture, the sofas, all are considered bulk compactable material. If it's too large or too heavy, unfortunately, the department will not collect it at that location. But it is long as it can fit inside the compactors that we use to service the area.
All right. At this time, I see no more questions in the chat or the Q&A section.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you, Keisha, and thank you again to all the residents that live in these areas. We're excited. We want you to spread the word, spread the message that a new collection program is coming to your neighborhood and to your community. We want people to get involved. Certainly want them to understand the rules and regulations and participate in the program. If you are one of those residents, or you know residents who unfortunately dump at other locations, let them know that they no longer have to do that, because we're offering an additional collection service to prevent this type of behavior, because this fits the mayor's goal of becoming the safest, cleanest, greenest big city in the nation with access to economic opportunity for all. Thank you, residents. I hope to see you at some of our community meetings. If not, I hope to see you. We're having a big press announcement on December 2nd, announcing the program with the mayor. I hope to see you out there. Take care, everyone. Have a great day.